Okay, I'm going to press broadcast now, all right?
Yep.
Hi everyone, welcome to today's webinar where we're going to be talking all about art and design at Newvic. I'm joined today by three wonderful teachers from Newvic. We've got John Crockford here. Can you give us a wave, John? John teaches art and design. We've got Charlotte Amore. Give us a wave, Charlotte.
Hello.
Charlotte also teaches art and design. And we've got Fiona Clark. Say hi, Fiona.
Hi.
Fiona is another art and design teacher and she specialises in 3D design. I think you might be talking a little bit about that, right, Fiona, later on. Okay, great. So before we get going, I just need to do a little bit of housekeeping. So I just need to check the audio and the video. So could you please just click on the raise hand button at the bottom of your screen if you can hear me okay? Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. And can you just do the same, click on that raise hand button if you can see me okay? Fantastic. Thank you ever so much. Okay, just to let you know as well that the chat function in this webinar has been disabled. So you won't be able to use it, but there is a Q&A button and we'll be having a Q&A session at the end. So if you do have any questions, please just type it in there. And after we've done the presentation, we'll try and get to as many of those questions as we can. If we don't manage to get them all, any that we don't, we will answer and put all the questions and answers online on the Newvic website. And this webinar is also being recorded and that recording will go on the website as well. Okay, cool. I'm going to hand over to John in a moment for the presentation. Just bear with me one moment while I share my screen. Okay, can you see that okay, guys?
Yep, that's all good for me.
Excellent. Okay, I'll hand over to you, John.
Okay, thanks very much. So my name's John. I do quite a lot of interdisciplinary work actually. You can maybe see some music stuff behind me and sound, and that is one of the key features of our level 3. It's a broad ranging course. It's really exciting. We love working with the University of the Arts London. They are a vocational awarding body, and on the level 3 we have a series of projects, live projects. In year 1, it's just moved over to the RQF framework, which is a slightly different approach where there is some controlled assessment towards the end of the year. But essentially, it's all coursework. It's developmental. The course is designed to take you through the key topics you can see on that slide: drawing and visual, contextual studies, practical experimentation being really important, significant part of the whole course, along with lots of reflection, which what you do in 3D, graphics, fashion, textiles, and other types of discipline work. So the entry requirements for level 3, we're looking for, I'll just move my my screen around a bit. We're looking for 5 GCSEs at 9 to 4. That includes English and a grade 4 in an art-related subject. If you're at all unsure about this, then it's just best to come and talk to us, because people have a variety of different kind of backgrounds, and the most important thing is having evidence of some sort of portfolio building and artistic kind of development. But it's a pretty wide range of backgrounds that we recruit into at level 3.
John, could you just give us an example of what an art-related subject might be? Could it be something like photography or something like that?
Yes, absolutely. Photography. It could be. We get design and technology sometimes, and all of the sort of subcategories of those as well. People who are taking creative ideas forward in different ways at GCSE, and then presenting those, and usually building portfolios and things like that.
Excellent.
So level 2, I think, is the next slide. It's the course framework is slightly different at level 2, where we've got a variety of units that our teachers bring live projects into and tend to combine to make really exciting live work, and you'll see a bit more of that later. There are similar amounts of hours actually. I mean, it says here there's 12 hours a week, but that's not including personal tutorial time in the studio. Like with any creative discipline, we tend to spend a lot of time developing our ideas and making sketchbook work, experimenting, and that tends to mean, along with perhaps retakes in English and maths, because at level 2, you're probably coming in with possibly not English language or maths at level 4. So our entry requirements are that you should have 2 GCSEs between 9 and 3, but there's a very broad range of backgrounds and experiences that our students come in at level 2 with. So do talk to us. The main thing is, if you're passionate about art and design, the level is something for us to kind of determine with you, and bearing in mind your results. But the main thing is to come and talk to us and show us what you can do, and we will find a way forward if you're passionate about art and design.
Okay, thank you, John. Okay.
Would you like me to talk about the specialist areas?
Yeah, I was going to say, Fee, because as our resident expert in 3D, can you talk us through some of these?
Well, I can talk you initially through some of the pictures you're looking at. This is the 3D design workshop that you're looking at the moment. It's a multi-skills, multi-materials workshop. It's similar to what you might have seen in your design technology, but it's more creative, I would say. You know, there's more experimentation that goes on. and exploring materials and its potential. Some of the work you can see on the right, that's a student. She's drilling holes into some breeze block, and that was a live project, and we were doing with Groundworks, which is an organisation to design sculptural pieces to go in a garden environment, and these were the beginnings of massive chess pieces that they were designing and making. But that is just one area of the course. So in level 3, we have fashion and textiles and graphics as well. And so what happens is after the first year, you do multidisciplinary courses. You explore 3D textiles and graphics, and you work within all 3 disciplines. And towards the end, you might explore more one of the specialist areas. As the course has changed in the last year, we now do, the first year you would have 1 unit that's assessed, and that's assessed by UAL. So you're only being assessed on 1 unit. So within that unit, you've got the opportunity to explore the area that you're more interested in. So you can take a design idea through to a graphic outcome, say a book or a poster or advertising campaign maybe, or in textiles and fashion and textiles, it could be a garment collection or a concept of a wearable product, maybe even an accessory. So there's many different ways that you can take a design theme through to explore in many of our disciplined areas, where we got workshops and materials and facilities and equipment to support you in producing quite professional outcomes. So in the second year, you would specialise a little bit more within the course. Yes, so if we're looking here, we can see one of the print workshops on the left, and on the right we've just got students looking at some work. I think, Charlotte, that was, do you want to mention what that was happening?
This was a image on the right, is links that we've got with University College London, and we've been able to access some amazing print workshops, and that's one group who've gone in and they've been taught some traditional etching and dry point techniques by one of the undergraduates who's on the right. And the students take part in a whole day workshop, look at all the studios at the university, sort of get a little taste of what it's like to be at UCL in the fine arts studios. And then a few months later, the students come in and run workshops with us at Newvic. So those are really lovely links that we've built up with University College London. And just on that point, we do have University of the Arts London links. We work with them on an insights programme, which means that our students will work at University Arts London in different areas that they might be interested in, such as fashion or architecture, 3D design, graphic design. And we will be able to get you sort of workshops doing portfolios. So they're really good links that our students are able to then get guaranteed interviews at those universities that we have. So that's part of an ongoing programme we've got for students in their level 3.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's worth saying, the progression, because most people watching, hopefully this live broadcast might have seen some of the work, the images at the beginning from sketchbooks. Those lead into portfolios. And that's the way you present your aspiration to the course you want to study in after Newvic. And we've got a whole range of partners, and obviously the tutors are specialists, and I think one of the things that makes us different is our advice and support we give our students. Charlotte's also sort of masterminds our level 2 program, which various teachers teach on. And that's, do you want to talk a bit about the level 2 and how it might, what it feels like?
the level 2 course, we sort of mirror what you would be doing at level 3. So you'd have the same access to the workshops that the level 3 students do. So we do a lot of experimental projects where, so you can see the student on the left, he's doing some printmaking for his final major project. You'll be taught graphic design skills, Photoshop and Illustrator from our graphic design teacher, and 3D skills with access to work in the 3D workshop. And it is a really broad range, and it's quite fast paced. We do a lot of units in level 2, but it covers all the broad range that you're going to need at level 3. And how you're assessed at the end is a final major project, which is just a really lovely opportunity, even though it's, you know, it's a bit like an exam, but it's a long assessment over 8 to 10 weeks. But you really get to pursue what you enjoyed doing throughout the course, and you take your individual ideas. So some students will be doing something with textiles, some students might be building models, some will be working with graphic design. So we do try and mirror what you would be doing on level 3. And that experience really gives you just the knowledge, and also the skills and the sort of work ethic you're going to need on the level 3 course. And here's some images of our very busy studios. So we've got, you know, we really like to try out exciting ideas. We've got wonderful technicians that work with our students quite closely. And the image on the left is a level 2 student who's finishing her final major project. And you can see she's working with sort of these lovely acrylics that she's manipulated in the workshop. And she's learnt this technique earlier on in the year, and then was able to bring that into something she was pursuing individually. And just another pointer, for us, drawing is key. So we do a lot of drawing in all our courses, in all our projects as part of your initial research. And drawing's about not just sort of making things look very figurative and photorealistic, but also exploring different elements that we always talk about in art and design, like line, form, tone, texture, structure. And drawing always informs ideas, and then moving on to working with different materials.
Yeah, it's I think the bit about thinking outside the box is related to the next slide, which is looking more about the kind of careers and where this all leads, because that is partly why you're tuning in to get the next stepping stone in towards the industry. I've put the infographic in there because it's really important, even in this time of restrictions and COVID, to understand that the creative industries is a massive, vibrant industry that's not going anywhere. And the employment opportunities are just myriad, from the ones listed, fashion design and obvious things, to architect, right through to things that are very much less obvious. And our website has got quite a lot of information, and we'll continue to post stuff up about the potential places you can work in. Degrees, most of our students, pretty much all of them, go on to study architecture or illustration or fashion or graphic design or some related subject that they've specialised in. Use it in the projects that you've heard Fiona and Charlotte talk about, both at level 3 and level 2. It's worth saying that whilst we haven't been promoting the A-level art, we think it's a really important part of the college's offer, and we're looking at carrying on running that. It's just, if you're interested in A-level art, then come and talk to us, because it's certainly an area, a pathway into the industry, and that we want to carry on promoting. The level 3 vocational qualification, just to make it really clear, is equivalent to doing 3 A-levels. So from a university's point of view, if you do 3 A-levels or you do a full-time vocational program at level 3, they are equal. The outcomes are equal. It is worth saying that if you do A-levels, you usually do a foundation. I think that's right. And so that will be an extra year at university, preparing you and helping you specialise. Students who do the level 3 course can always go straight into an undergraduate degree. That's the normal way it works. So I'm
Great.
sure there are questions.
Yes, thanks so much, guys. That was really great. We're just going to move on now to the Q&A before we run out of time. I can see we've got a few questions here. So there's a question here. I want to pursue architecture, and along with physics and maths, it also includes art. What sort of level of experience in art should I have to be able to enter the best art course?
Fee?
I couldn't quite catch all of that. Can you just repeat
So
it?
I think the students, they're also interested in architecture. And what they're saying is that along with physics and maths to do architecture, they also need art. So what kind of, they're asking how much experience in art they need to go on to your courses.
Yeah, so are they saying they want to do architecture, but they might not have done an art-related course before?
Maybe, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, well, they would need to prove to us that they've got good drawing skills and capabilities, and it's a very creative course. So you've got to show that you are prepared to explore using multimedia and not just have drawing skills. So you would have to bring along a portfolio to prove, you know, work you've done at home, some observational drawing or any creative work you may have done at home. Or if you did design technology in school, then bring obviously that work along. And you would have done it in the lower schools. So you might even have some examples from your lower school that you could bring along as well. And in terms of architecture, it is the fastest route into architecture, because then you don't have to do the extra foundation year, which you would normally have to do if you did A levels, as we said. And being architecture, it can, you know, you're talking about several years if you're going to get your part 1 and part 2. So to shorten that educational experience, it's the fastest track through to an architectural degree course. And all our students who apply for architecture get onto architectural degree courses. We don't have problems getting access to onto the course, a course in architecture in London.
Okay, great. Thanks, Fiona. There's another question here. There's a student, I think they're asking, so there's lots, you were talking about lots of different aspects of the courses there, and they're asking if there's separate courses that you only pick one, or you have to do all of them, because the student would like to make sure that they're doing the most suitable course for them.
Charlotte, do you want to have a?
Yeah, well, the level 3 first year, you would do a little bit of everything. So you would do fashion and textiles, you would do 3D design, contextual studies, drawing and graphic design. And that is right for every design student. That's the foundation and the design of the course is built for any student who wants to then specialise. So it's really important that you do the broad range, because it's the specialisms in some ways don't live in their own little bubbles, talking of bubbles these days, and there's a lot of crossovers. So even if you were thinking of doing architecture, it would be really good for you to know about the structure of materials, including how fabrics work, and issues around lots of design processes now. If we think about sustainability is a big you know, it's going to be very big for new designers, and you just crossing over and knowing the backgrounds of everything is really important. So all our students would do the first year and then specialize later on, and don't be too fast to specialize straight away, because you know that learning is so important across all the disciplines, including digital skills and working with computers and communicating in that way as well. Yeah,
it's worth saying that the support from the tutors is built in to the course. So, you know, the specialist advice for the areas that you want to go into as you go through the course is part of our course and part of what we do really well. We've got, you know, we're very experienced at giving you the right advice and helping you build the right skill base and portfolio.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Another question, someone's asking for clarification as to what is a diploma. So I guess that's the name of the...
That's easy. That's the first year. Think of it in 2 bits. The end of the first year, you would get a diploma award. Pretty much 99.9% of students then carry on to the second year and get the extended diploma, which would then give you access to the university undergraduate degrees straight away, including the architecture example that Fiona said earlier. So it's a name really for the end of the first year.
Okay, thank you. Somebody here who is looking for a career in being a profound artist in the future, asking if they would only need to do art to achieve that.
Is that a performance artist?
There's profound artists.
I'm not sure what a profound artist is. If you mean interdisciplinary kind of combination, then this is definitely a good course for you, because the three of us are a good example of interdisciplinary collaborators who we make our projects together. I think you mean performance artist, but I'm not sure. Sorry.
No worries. Okay,
Or
and
a fine artist. Is it maybe just a pure fine artist? Is that...
Maybe. I wondered if it meant pure art. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got time for just one more very quick question. Can you do multiple art and design courses at the same time?
You will experience that on the course we've just described, which is the extended diploma 2-year at level 3 and at level 2. At the moment, the college is reviewing all of the offer for the curriculum. So we are looking to extend the options in the A-level remit, which can include vocational A-levels and have done in the past, very recent past. So the best thing is to talk to us. Keep a dialogue with what you see yourself going into, and whether you enjoy taking exams or not is a big one. Whether you want to be more immersed in the creative industries and develop across a broad range of skills, then the vocational route is a really solid choice. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. We're going to wrap it up there because we're almost out of time. Thank you so much for all of that information. I hope you at home, you found that all very useful. Just to let you know, the applications for 2021 are now open. You can go to newvic.ac.uk/apply and fill out an online application form. We'll be in touch with you if you're successful to arrange an interview for the new year. In the meantime, if you have any more questions, you can email advice@newvic.ac.uk. So yeah, that's it. We look forward to welcoming you to New Vic in the next year, and good luck with everything. Thank you very much.